Good day and welcome to Inquirer Mobility. I'm your host, Artie Lopez, and this is our special feature on the Ford Territory 1.5-liter Ecoboost Trend variant. All right. It's a beautiful day. It's a weekend. Now look at the clear skies, beautiful sunshine. I'm headed to the south, and I'm headed to the Taal Heritage Town. That's in Batangas. Now the Taal Heritage Town happens to be what they consider the vegan of the South. I am really looking forward to have a great time photographing the place with the Ford Territory. And it's looking like it's a smooth drive all the way to my destination, the South, in Batangas, from Metro Manila. And it really does help that I'm behind the wheel of the 2024 Territory, the Trend variant, compared to compact SUVs in its class. It does provide a smoother ride. Unbelievably. It's, it has this kind of smoothness to it that provides for a comfortable ride. So, it helps make you relaxed. So, the first time I tested the Ford Territory, I hooked up and paired wirelessly and effortlessly via Apple CarPlay. Today I'm checking out my Android phone, connected to it via Android Auto. And as you can see, my navigation via Google Maps is reflecting on the 10-inch touchscreen vividly. I'm wearing shades, and in stark daylight, I can still see the graphics on the 10-inch touchscreen quite clearly.
Taal Town is just under 30 square kilometers in size, which constitutes to just about 1% of the total area of the province of Batangas. There are hundreds of heritage structures in the town that date back from the Spanish period, from the mid-1500s to 1898. I took my chance in getting a booking at Paradores del Castillo, which is hands down the best hotel in Taal, for it being a well-furnished heritage structure in itself that's literally walking distance from most of the major attractions. It was easy to sift through the narrow streets of Taal in the Ford Territory. Its compact dimensions and precise and responsive steering made navigating my way through it a breeze. Add to that its powerful 1.5-liter Ecoboost engine that certainly added to its agility and sporty handling. My first stop afterwards is the largest Catholic church in all of Asia, the Basilica of Saint Martin de Tours, famously known as the Taal Basilica. It stands 96 meters long and 45 meters wide. But it sure looks bigger on the inside. It was founded in 1572 on the banks of the Taal Lake, and for nearly 2 centuries went through many improvements and reconstructions, only to be destroyed with the rest of the town by a major eruption of the Taal volcano in 1754. The town transferred to a hill overlooking Balayan Bay and was rebuilt and beautified over several decades. Unfortunately, in 1852, a massive earthquake hit the province and destroyed the church. Its reconstruction resumed 4 years after it was decimated, until it was finally completed in 1878. And in 1974, the Taal Basilica was declared as one of the country's national shrines. You'll really appreciate the conveniences of the Territory's smart keyless entry. The push-button start and stop, and the electronic parking brake, especially when you make so many stops in such a historical and charming place like the Taal Town. There's an incredible collection of vintage cameras on display at Galeria Taal, so I made sure to check it out. And boy, it did not disappoint. Then I went on to visit other very significant attractions like the Agoncillo Marino Ancestral House and Casa Villavicencio, the former home of the heroic Doña Gliceria Maelia de Villavicencio, who is considered as the mother of the Philippine Revolution against Spain.
Amazing. So far it's been a great pleasure going around, It's just the right size. It's a compact SUV, 5-seater, and if you're alone on a trip like I'm in, it has more than ample space for all the gear you have, even if you're a pack rat like me. One thing about a Ford Territory is that it gives you a familiar, safe space, especially if you've been working from home or, taking online classes all these months. Then, you get the connectivity, you get the comfortable ride, You need, I don't know, even if you're cocooned in a space for 5 people plus cargo, etc., it doesn't feel like you're cloistered in a place where there's no, visual freedom. You got this panoramic moon roof, and it sort of like gives you an airy feel.
On the way, I had to pick up a must-have souvenir from Batangas, one of its famed balisongs.
Manong, patingin po ng balisong. What they do to, I don't know if it's a myth or a legend, but they stab this through a coin, and if the tip doesn't break off, that means the metal is really strong. In the Philippines, especially when in Batangas, you gotta pick up one of these, balisong, traditional fan knife from the Philippines. And that's one of the things you can find when you drive around in your Ford territory.
So with my memory cards full and my sense of nationalism reignited, I wrapped up my short visit to the beautiful heritage town of Taal and celebrated it by going for an unplanned stay at a nearby beach resort. Looking back at the reliable and cozy ride that's kept me company and brought me safely in so many places in the past 2 days, I can't discount the fact that it's one seriously handsome ride as well. Once again, this has been Artie with the Ford Territory Trend as our top cruise on Inquirer Mobility. I'll catch you on the next episode. Stay safe.